Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? It is Sunday night, going into Memorial Day Monday. It's about 6 o'clock, 6:05 Pacific Standard Time where I am right now. Anyways, I just wanted to talk a little bit about my experience so far with the sugar diet. So I did probably like last Saturday and Sunday. I was kind of like experimenting with it. I was just doing sugar, like soda or jam in the morning, and then OJ, and then like a soda in the afternoon, and then I would have a meal. So it was like one meal a day with sugar fasting for breakfast and lunch. And I did that Saturday, Sunday, and Friday, the previous Friday, I gotten on the scale and I was 194. But when I started on Monday, like officially, no meats, no fat, just sugar fasting, I was 192.4. And I basically talked about how my weight, would go up and down from evening to morning. I want to say Wednesday night, I did have stuffed bell peppers. I had 2 stuffed bell peppers. They were turkey, and so I didn't go straight through 5 days. I want to get that clear. But I started at 192.4, and Friday, or yesterday morning, Saturday, I was 183.4. So that was so that was is that 11 pounds? No, it wasn't. It was 9 pounds. But it was 11 pounds from Friday being 194. So I was like really excited about that and everything. So then yesterday was Saturday. I had 2 of these in the morning for breakfast, and I was helping that person, a friend of mine's yard, doing yard work. I was out there for about 4.5 hours, did their front and back, and my wife ended up dropping my son off, so he helped me a little bit, probably for like the last 30 minutes. And he showed up with his, his Lunchable packet and some little bag of Cheez-Its that came with it. And he had those small, small containers of mandarin orange in syrup. So there was 4 of those in one box, and I had packed like 4 pieces of 4-layered chicken enchilada that my wife had made, and I had it in a container that heats up. So after we got done with the friend's yard, we ended up going to this nice spot off the freeway, and there's a lake. So we kind of went off the road and went right up there by the shore, and we commenced to eating. And so I ended up only eating about 3 pieces of that chicken enchilada. And my son gave me that little, bag of Cheez-Its, so I ate that. It was white cheddar. It was pretty good. And then I had 2 of those mandarin orange containers with the syrup. And then I got home, wasn't hungry. I was tired from the work, so I took a little bit of a nap. I woke up and I had some chips. I had some kettle chips, or Mrs. Uh, Vicky's. Um, I think it was the sea salt and vinegar chips. So I had, I don't know, I'd say like 20 of those, and had like a grape soda. And then later for dinner, I had another nice, yeah, no, yeah, about this big of enchilada piece again, and had some salsa on that with sour cream. Very good. And then pizza from microwavable, and we put it in the oven. We air fried it. Of a pizza, pepperoni pizza from Sam's Club. I think my son had two of those. I had one plus the enchilada, and I was feeling quite full. And later on that night, before I went to bed, I got on the scale, and I was like 191 just from eating that. Plus, I was drinking, like soda and water and stuff, liquids. Had some juice also, so that was accounting for, the increase in weight for sure. So I was kind of looking at it as like, what am I gonna be, when I wake up tomorrow morning, going from 183 to now 191 in one day. So when I woke up, this morning, Sunday, I was 188.4. So it was like a 2 pound drop from the previous evening. And woke up this morning. I'm like, okay, so this is a day to sugar fast, because tomorrow is Memorial Day. They're going to be barbecuing. We're going to be barbecuing. There's going to be food here. So that's going to be a day to eat, right? So I'm going to fast for today, which I think is great. So I woke up in the morning, had some orange juice and an orange soda for lunch. Now, granted, right? So went out this morning, and the wife's in the back, and she's clearing some dirt and trying to. And it's real rocky dirt, it's tough, whatever. So I got my clothes on. I went out there and I helped her. And our pick had broke. So we had this big long rod. So I'm sticking it in the ground and moving it back and forth, trying to break up this really dense rocky ground, and then shoveling it, put it into the wheelbarrow, and go ahead and put it close to the fence. It's moving a lot of wheelbarrow loads, and just got a nice sweat going or whatever, and I was energized, and kind of took a break after a good 4 hours of that. And then my wife went to the store, while she was out or whatever. I was relaxing, and when she got back, I had a little bit left to dig out of this area. She was going to put some topsoil down. So when she came back, I told her to get me a slushie. So she went to Sonic, and she got me a cherry slushie, a large one, and I was just drinking on that while I'm outside. It's hot, and I'm trying to get it in too, and having some water as well. And I started to feel good, right? So I'm like, picking this stuff away with this big heavy rod, and shoveling it, and I'm like, yeah, feeling good. And I got done with that, and a little dirty from the dust and the dirt. So I go to take a shower. Before I take a shower, hey, I'm gonna get on the scale. got on the scale, 186 even. So I'm pretty much like 3 pounds away from what I was at the end of a 5-day fast, sugar fast. 3 pounds away. And granted, last night I was 191. Now I'm 186. So that's basically 5 pounds. 5-pound weight loss drop, which I think is amazing, incredible. The proof is in the pudding. And on top of all this great stuff happening with the sugar fasting, it's that I am not hungry. I don't have cravings. I'm back on the sugar today, and I'm just drinking soda pop, slushy, and water, and I'm okay. I did have, I think, 3 servings of some cinnamon disc candy, and that's about 280 calories. So that definitely helped out. Tonight for dinner, I'm gonna have peaches, can of peaches, and I'll probably put like 2 or 3 tablespoons of sugar on those, maybe with a little syrup, and perhaps like a grape soda, 12-ounce grape soda, and that's what I'll have to end my sugar fasting day, my reset day, basically, for me to go into tomorrow, Memorial Day, and eat meat and whatever other fixings come along with it. And I've kind of thought that maybe in the morning time, tomorrow morning, since I am going to eat meat, maybe just start it out with, some sugar, and don't get, my any fats or meat sources, protein in, until it is actual time to eat the barbecue food. So that way, my weight will still be down going into Tuesday when I got to get back to work. Now, come Tuesday morning, I'm going to go ahead, like I stated earlier, that I'm going to go ahead and go into another sugar fast. And starting Tuesday morning, going until Saturday morning. So another, 5 days or 4 days. And then it's going to be like an anniversary. Me and my wife's anniversary goes into that Saturday or that weekend. And plan on having a good anniversary. And then after that, Monday, just resets back to sugar fasting. And I'm going to just do that for another week. And whether or not I eat on the weekends is something that I'll figure out when I get there. I think at this point, my weight, my ideal lean weight that I'm looking at is probably around 165. The biggest I've ever been is 215, and that was a good, 5 years ago. I've maintained around, 185 to 195, but within the past couple years, it's been more like 195. So I just want to lean out. I want to feel better about myself. I want to feel good about myself when I take off my shirt, knowing that, that I'm more confident and my body looks the part, and again, this is really comes down to health. I look I look at society at large. There's statistics saying that we have a weight problem in this country, um, on this continent, North America, and I I want to be around for my kids and my family. I definitely want to live long, and prosper. Health is wealth, and like I said, I hope other people, I hope other people, can understand this from my perspective, and really do something about it. Now, I did see a Cole Robinson YouTube video recently, and he was basically talking about just eating fruits. Get your breakfast and your lunch fruits, and then add the sugar to it, and get through your breakfast to lunch, and then get through that to dinner. No snacking, which I think is a great idea. Get that sugar hit in early in the morning, and fruit's a good substitute. And I think he even said, like, don't necessarily put sugar on your fruit, just eat it how it is. But that's something for me to definitely think about. And tonight, like I said, I'll have those peaches. Maybe tomorrow morning I'll have more peaches, just to keep it in line. And then the calorie intake won't be that much as well. So the weight loss is going to be even that much more. If you feel satiated, if you're satisfied with eating less calories. Now, I initially had gotten like the larger peach cans, and I would do the sugar fast during the day, and then at night I would do the peaches, and I put a couple tablespoons of sugar in them, and as I'm eating them, I'm feeling like I'm full. Like it was almost like I was forcing myself to eat. That's how I felt. So if you are eating something and you do feel full, stop. That's what Cole's saying. Just stop, and don't force it. Because if you're full, you go to bed at night, you wake up in the morning, you're going to have a flatter stomach, you're going to have less calories in your body, and the weight loss is going to be that much more greater. So with my peaches now, I've gone back to the smaller cans. I think they might be 12-ounce cans, but I was, like I said, consuming the big ones. Let's just pops off the top on the 12-ounce, and just do a couple tablespoons of sugar, eat that up, and move on. Maybe I have a glass of orange juice. But anyways, it's just dang pretty amazing. I was really stoked on going down 9 pounds in 5 days, and what's even like the icing on top is to be able to refeed. Eat those chicken enchiladas, eat the chips, have even more chicken enchiladas, a little pizza, some fruit, go up to 191, and then wake up in the morning, and then it was a couple hours ago, maybe an hour and a half ago, when I took my shower, I'm at 186. So to lose 5 pounds was a good feeling, and I'm excited to see what weight I'm at tomorrow morning. I'll go ahead and weigh myself tonight, and then again tomorrow, and then at the end of the day, after the barbecue, weigh myself, and then on Tuesday morning weigh myself, and I'll have a number that I'll hold on to, and then just see how the scale drops. But for the 5 days that we just did, it was like consistently one. Okay, cool. We'll go ahead and um, pull them out. All right, go on, dude. I'm gonna finish this video. So, where was I? Lost my train of thought. Kids, I tell you. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and start on. That's where I was Tuesday. Get a weight in the morning, and then go ahead and every night before I go to bed, I'll weigh myself. Every morning when I wake up, I'll weigh myself to see how much weight I'm losing per day. But yeah, this last fast, this last sugar fast, it was just like clockwork. It was at least a pound off. At least a pound off. One thing, it seems like if I consume less calories, I definitely dropped more weight quicker. Now, if you are super fat, I think it's a good idea to consume your calories if you feel that you're not satiated. If you feel that you're not, or you're still hungry, if you have the mental fortitude to be strong and go through the day hungry, or go through your meals less satiated, you'll get there faster. Your weight loss will get there faster. It'll benefit you. I think what definitely helps with sugar fasting is that I had like no calorie fasting behind me with the salts. I did do the super snake juice, which is the salts, but with sugar, and that I like that a lot better. But this, to me, is even more, it's better than that, because you're not consuming the salt, and that's benefiting your weight loss. You don't have the water retention, and it was great. Like yesterday, when I was at my friend's, I got there, I started doing the work, I didn't see her, and a good hour or two passed, and she came out. She was headed out, and she even said, and she's an older woman, and she was like, you know what, you look great, like your skin, like you're looking really good, you lost some weight. And I was like, oh yeah, I did, and she doesn't know what I'm doing. But to hear that, it's like, it's hey, something's working. So, anyways, guys, I'm just rambling on now. I'm going to finish this. Wash it down with this. If you're eating candy, drinking soda, make sure you brush your teeth. You don't want to get cavities, enjoy your food, keep your teeth. But I just think that this is like the key. This is the key as far as sugar fasting goes, that unlocks weight loss forever, right? I think that, of course, you got your keto people, carnivore people, vegan people, your straight fasters, your water fasters. This protocol I think is going to revolutionize how we as a society lose weight and stay at a nice lean weight. And it's it's just the amount of energy is incredible, the amount of weight loss is incredible, and the potential for it is incredible. And I was watching a very well-known YouTuber. I'll figure out his name later. But he was talking about sugar fasting and the sugar diet, and I didn't agree with him. I didn't agree with what he was saying. And Mark Smelly Bells, he apparently this guy is friends with this guy that made these I don't want to say accusations, but it was basically like um, the sugar diets work for people that are lean or that are bodybuilders or athletic. It'll work for them. But people that are morbidly obese, people that have a lot of fat on them, it's not going to work. And I was like, get out of here. And to me, it's like, just give it about 6 months. And all the naysayers, they're going to say what they got to say. You know, you're going to see it on social media. You're going to see it on primetime TV. Hey, what is this snake fasting? What is this sugar diet? What is this sugar fasting? And they're going to downplay it, and they're going to have reasons why they don't think it works and the research behind it and all that stuff. But after that 6 months time, more science is going to go into it, more research is going to go into it, more people are going to be coming with these crazy results. They're going to be coming with blood tests. They're going to be coming with DEXA scans. They're going to be coming with all this stuff, and that's going to be the evidence. So for me, it's like, I listen to Cole. He's to me, he's like on the cutting edge of figuring out these patterns when it comes to weight loss. He's not afraid to start something. He's not afraid to change something, and he sees these patterns, and he's seen something really good. And for me, I'm seeing the results. My wife is kind of opposed, and she's concerned, and I'll give her that. But she wants me to get a blood test. So I think I'm going to end up doing that within like the next week or so. 2 weeks, go get a blood scan or blood test and see, where I am. And I'm going to be happy with where I am for sure, because I'm thinking I'm probably going to be about like 180 pounds by the time I go and get that blood work done, that panel. But like I said, I'm really excited to see the results of other people, and what they've accomplished in such a short time using sugar fasting. But anyways, you guys, as always, be positive, stay active, and have a great evening. I'll see you guys later. Bye.